Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley. This weekend, we'll be
Brenda.
celebrating 16 years of Keith and the Girl.
I haven't done anything in my life longer
That's true.
than that. There's not a job, there's not a thing that I've done for 16 years. I was vegetarian for a year and a half. That's
Right.
how long I lasted.
Share
for
your
that.
Keith and the Girl memories on social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, etc. We're there under Keith and the Girl. It's fun to see pictures, fun to hear things that have stuck with you over the years. So be part of this. I'm very excited to celebrate it. It does mean a lot. Of course, it's the longest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm supposed to be changing careers every 10 years, right? That's what the guidance counselor said.
By the way, get the app. The Keith and the Girl app is free. KeithandtheGirl.com/app. And you can easily hear the spinoff shows that we do, every show we ever made, easy access to that. I saw this, speaking of phones, a CNN article popped up on my phone. If you've had trouble sleeping, smartphone addiction might be to blame, a new study says. Here's how to get back those Z's. And I'm supposed to click on it. Oh, thanks, phone. I'll get right on it. Let's read another article. Sure. Today's guest. You love him. I know it because you told us. This comedian has been, a new face on Just for Laughs, a TV writer for Comedy Central, True TV, Sports Illustrated Awards. He also hosted the latest Keith and the Girl roast. That was 1 year ago. That was us figuring out how to keep going during the pandemic. That was 1 year ago. Ladies and gentlemen, JP McDade.
Thank you. I was about to say, I just saw you guys when I hosted the Keith and the Girl roast 6 weeks ago.
Right.
But it was a year.
What is time?
Well, we're only counting Sundays now. So I think it's been 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, one big Sunday.
And also joining us, a fabulous comedian, musician, a KATG Best New Guest winner, Dylan Adler.
Thank you so much. It was the honor of a lifetime. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And you're still so humble too. So, hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Where you guys at? JP, you're still in Queens, right? New York.
I'm in sunny Astoria.
And Dylan, where did you travel to?
I'm in San Rafael, California, in San Francisco Bay Area with my parents.
Okay. When did you make that decision?
I made it during October, to go home.
Right.
And I've just stayed here ever since, and I think I'm gonna stay here till summer.
Yeah, you might as well. It's tough to guess. Okay, this thing isn't ending soon. I might as well go save some bucks, stay with my family, right?
Exactly.
It took till October to be like, all right.
Yeah.
I can see this is going to be a mess. Everybody's getting along with everybody?
No, actually, I told my brother he was playing oboe. I was like, you can't play oboe from 12 to 1 because I'm doing Keith and the Girl. So you have to stop with the oboe. So it's been a lot of coordinating schedules but I think I'd say 40% we fight, 60 we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You're still, that's a fail and you're going to be held back, but I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You passed a test, I think.
And everybody
You
in
have
your
to repeat
family
another year with your family.
Yeah.
Right.
After
Well,
the
is
pandemic
everybody
ends.
behaving quarantine-wise? Anybody going to parties?
Everyone in my family is really good. My dad is a doctor, so he makes us all we're all really respecting quarantine.
Good.
No one's gotten COVID.
I just got invited to another party for
Why
Saturday.
are you bragging?
Well, it's ridiculous. It's upset. You know, even if you don't want to go somewhere, you like to be invited. I don't like to be invited anymore because I just have friends that are morons. That's all it's telling me. Hi, Keith, this person says, the wife of a guy I'm friends with. I just wanted to invite you to a very low-key birthday celebration this weekend, 7 p.m. at such and such. I know he would love it if you were there. It'll be outside, and I'm only inviting about 10 people, so as safe as a small gathering can be. It can be safer. Don't do it. Your friend is a grown adult. I want to be clear. My friend's a grown adult.
I want to meet the one person in the entire country who got COVID-19 and was like, yeah, I wasn't safe. Like literally every single person is like, we were so safe. We did everything right. We did nothing. And like, they're all liars, 100% of them.
Yeah, they did everything safe, but at the same time, they seem to be up to test number 17. I took no tests in the last year, none, because I know what I'm not doing.
This is, I mean, for the last year, we've been having the pandemic corner where Keith shames someone for not doing it right. It's depressing because you don't want to be the social police. You don't want to be like, why are you partying? It's like shaking your fist, get off my lawn sort of thing.
I will shame myself. I will absolutely shame myself right now because
that's a Catholic.
Yeah, I definitely blew it, but it all worked out okay ultimately. But I flew down to see my parents in North Carolina for Christmas. Like we had said no Thanksgiving. They were going to come up. They said no. I think because Rachel Maddow told my mom, don't do it. Right. And but they didn't have warnings like that for Christmas. And I flew down for Christmas and there were like people in the airport with no masks on and stuff. And I felt horrible. And like 2 weeks after I got back, my dad started showing COVID symptoms and he's like 67, diabetic, all these things. It's bad news. And it looked pretty bad, but ultimately he tested negative. But I was like, oh shit, if I just killed a family member, like if I flew down there and he actually got COVID.
Holy shit, that's a lot. Wow. And
that was
it's
a stressful
funny.
couple of days.
It's so funny how we describe our friends and family now. Like, oh, my friend Chemda, she has myasthenia gravis. She's operating on half a lung. So she's been in the closet. My other friend who works out of it, it's like, oh my goodness. Now we are our walking disease. Like we need 67 years old. If you're 90, no one's allowed around you. It's just this signal that just sucks.
Well, the world's making me crazy and is making me think, and I know better, but I'm like, maybe it is over. Maybe I hear some people are getting the vaccines. 40 isn't so old. Maybe it's not a big deal. So I go to my friend Craig. Yes,
Keith, you think you're 40.
Right, 40s, but you could just shorten it to 40. I was talking to Craig the other day and I said, so they're having a party, only 10 people, but yeah, I can't go, right? And he goes, yeah, right. And I go, yeah, right. Like, of course not. We'll wear these, that these are the 10. First of all, you don't know what I'm up to. Second, obviously, or you would be, you would know you don't send me an invite. So you don't know if I'm seeing other people. I promise these 9 other people you don't follow also, et cetera, et cetera. And it just balloons. Of course it's not safe. Of course I can't go. The world tricked me for a second. Like, I guess so. What am I, a dork? It's going to be outside. Well, who gives a shit? We're going to be wearing masks outside and drinking and hugging and laughing. Come on.
Outside with masks is probably okay, but that would be funny if it just turned into like a high school party situation. Like, no, we only told a few people, and then there's like 300 teenagers driving cars into the pool.
Yeah, I promise I wasn't. It's not a list of 10, and because I dropped out, they're going to find somebody to fill that spot. You threw out your invites, you made up the number 10. And of course, it's not a party outside with masks. What planet would that ever happen? You having a birthday party at a bar outside with masks?
I know.
Somebody will take off their mask and go, "Huh, guys?" And then everybody will be like, "Yeah, thank you. It is silly."
I will also shame myself because in New York there was it's like, especially this summer, I felt like there was a nihilist attitude, and I went to a gay friend's house, and I was the only one in there wearing a mask, and I felt like a loser, and then I took off the mask.
Yeah, everybody's taking off the masks. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I know, you came in with the wrong shirt, so somebody lent you a sweatshirt so you can
absolutely.
Oh,
yes.
That's bad. I've had the same thoughts as you, Keith, where it's like maybe I'm just being a prude,
Right.
like maybe I'm just being old, or I don't want to change back, and that's one of the things, right? Like we already changed this way. Let's say the pandemic is over. What do I do? Now I go cough around with Keith so we can record something. Like now we have to change again. So it's not like I'm rushing to do that. So I'm like, is that getting stronger than that feeling of like, well, I don't want to change back. Is that getting stronger than reality, which is like, hey, we might be able to do some stuff? No, it's not. And then I start playing stupid games, like how maybe you asked Craig, can I go to this? I'm like, can we go camping? And it's like no, we can't. And it always leads to no, but I still have Xerxes go through that exercise. And the other day, now we try to be romantic, have dates, but it's all indoors. We're like faking so hard. And so I come up with this thing. I'm like, let's say you have $10,000. You have to spend it on a vacation with me. High romance, go. And he goes, oh my God, we already played this game like 20 times last week. I'm like, oh, that's fair. Can we do it anyway again?
Right.
I don't know what else to do.
But the world does it tricks me sometimes, and I'll see like a photo of some maskless asshole putting up a post saying, are you really just using this virus as an excuse not to live your life? And for a second I'm like, am I? And no, I'm not. I'm still working, I'm still making a living. I just don't get to see my friends. I don't get the fun things in life. But that doesn't mean I'm good. And then I'm like, you fucking tricked me.
Right. Yeah.
I want to party.
Can I just, if the universe is listening and that's how it works, can I just go back on what I said? Yes, I can go to Keith's house and record. I will be satisfied with that if I can also see my brothers and my nephews and all this other stuff. I will adjust, universe. I will adjust. Feel free to lift the pandemic. I'm not going to be upset about it.
Well, it makes me think about safe sex. We know now, because it's so obvious, how people can't behave during a pandemic. You think everybody's really honest about STDs and being safe? Of course not. You just realize what scumbags people are. It's been a year, so wait 3 more months, right?
Ironically, scumbag is the original name of a condom.
Yes, right.
You brought it full circle.
Oh, I learned that in health ed. Oh yeah, that's right.
That was some teacher yet. So we're supposed to get the vaccines by the end of May. I think you can wait a little longer, everybody. And let's say they're lying to you and it's the end of July, because you hear July, you'll probably flip your lid. The government has to lie to you sometimes, like parents have to lie to the child. I hear people go, I want the government to, you're like, I want the government to tell me what's up and I'll make my own decisions. We tried that and we brought back Nazis.
Okay, we went very far there, Keith. I think maybe take a walk around the block after this. We're not allowed outside, but you can go to your local something just to get some air.
You have the Texas governor, Greg Abbott. He rescinded a state mask mandate. He's going to open all businesses to 100% capacity next week.
But why?
Because freedom, Kenda. Because freedom.
Oh, sorry.
Mississippi, Ohio, Louisiana, they're going to do the same thing. Don't you look at your states and go, oh, shit, I'm compared to these states? Like, you can't smell your own shit. But if you're like, oh, no, we keep doing the things Mississippi and Louisiana and Ohio are doing. Oh, let me get who else? Idaho.
Yeah.
Do things the winning states are doing. Oh, shit. We tied with Louisiana again. Fuck. Our gun deaths match Mississippi. Shit. Uh-oh. Hey, here's news. Keith in Alabama did this today. I'd be like, no, I'll change my ways. God damn. Come on. Just stay inside. Enjoy your Brooklyn and sheets. Brooklyn and Hemda, I have their sheets. I have their towels. I have their comforters. And I love them. And my girlfriend, she's a little princess. Let's be honest. I got them for her. Change the way she lives. Change the way you sleep.
It changed the way she looked at you.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you have that like old couple of towels where it's like, if it's not completely fucked up, and then when it gets completely fucked up, I'll use it for the floor and stuff like that. Right. You get those new towels and it's a whole different bathroom.
I love them. They create beautiful, high quality bedding and home essentials. No middle men, no middle women, no markups.
No period stains on the sheets.
Yes, treat yourself to ultimate comfort.
I'm sorry, Dylan. Period stains are.
Wait, I have to leave the Zoom. I'm sorry. You just said.
It doesn't matter your sexual orientation. It's disgusting, right? Treat yourself to ultimate comfort with Brooklinen's Comforter Collection. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code POUND, POUND. You know what I'm talking about. And get $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Enter promo code POUND for $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. Can't believe it's still funny to me, and I'm 40 years old. Minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com, promo code POUND. All right. We have to mention this, of course, because last week we left people up in the air. Lady Gaga did indeed get her 2 French bulldogs back.
Oh my God! Thank God.
They're safe.
And that guy died.
And we don't know
Still
what's
dead.
new. Right.
We don't know, but we know she got her dogs back.
R.I.P. to the guy. We're very sorry about the
Yeah.
guy, but the dogs are okay.
Well, the dogs
Dogs
are
are good.
I remember hearing about that, and I'm a dog worker myself. I'm like, what about the human person who walked? I don't know what the Eduardo and Miss China, the names of the dogs I forget, but
Dylan, that means his walk was longer that day. He got a couple extra hours in.
I can't imagine the tip he got from Gaga that
Right.
day. I
Here's
mean,
here's a tip: don't throw your body in front of dogs when you're being shot at.
I bet she gave like a spiritual crystal hug. You know what I mean? I bet it wasn't
and
like
it's
a car.
like that's payment enough, exactly.
My beloved dogs, Koji and Gustav, you were close.
100%.
Were taken in Hollywood 2 nights ago. My heart is sick, and I am praying my family will be whole again with an act of kindness. She wrote at the time, I will pay $500,000 for their safe return. Email Koji and Gustav at gmail.com to contact you. Or if you bought or found them unknowingly, the reward is the same. I continue to love you, Ryan Fisher, the dog walker. You risked your life to fight for our family. You're forever a hero. And of course, he is still alive. And
Oh, he is.
He
Wait,
is
did
alive.
this guy actually jump in front of fucking dogs
That's
to take
so
a bullet?
stupid. I would
Two
have
guys
never
said-
done that.
2 guys said, give me your 3 dogs. He said, no. And they said, well, now I shoot you in the chest. Shot him. One of the 3 dogs got away as the 2 guys stole the other 2 dogs.
Not even your dogs.
Right.
Yeah. I was
You-
even
you-
thinking that. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say you don't go back to Lady Gaga empty-handed. That's what these tweets are showing me.
If it's my dog, I might do something irrational and crazy. Like if someone pulled a gun, I might like just try to fight them. I don't know. But if it's I'm doing a mercenary work there, walking somebody else's dogs, fuck them. Make
Okay.
IKEA meatballs out of them. I don't care.
He's giving them recipe
Yum,
books.
yum.
Yeah.
I mean, I
what
was
was
even
that, Dylan?
thinking these robbers. I'm like, they're really crazy and bad, but it's like smart that they took this celebrity. That it's like they chose the right dogs to take as
Right.
robbers. Like they
Fucking
really,
jackpot.
I know, right? And
Go ahead.
and like Lady Gaga is all about kindness, and she would like give the robbers $1 million to give it back. So she chose the
This
right
is-
one.
This is a huge win for robbers everywhere because now there's added
Right.
credibility. Like, they're not bullshitting when they say they're going to shoot you. Like, they actually shot this guy right in the chest.
Exactly. Yeah.
4 days ago, this guy wrote, let's see, his dog walker. I'm trying to find his name right here. Oh, here we go. Ryan Fisher, 39. 4 days ago, while the car sped away and blood poured from my gunshot wound, an angel touted over and laid next to me. He's referring to Miss Asia, the 3rd dog, who escaped the dog napping. My panicked screams calmed as I looked at her, even though it registered that the blood pooling around her tiny body was my own. I cradled Asia as best I could, thanked her for all the incredible adventures we'd been on together, apologized that I couldn't defend her brothers, and then resolved that I would still try to save them and myself. This was a big John Wick moment going on there.
Holy shit.
Fisher, who said he was still recovering from the very close call with death, in quotes, shared 2 photos of himself in a hospital bed, including one with a breathing tube. The Ohio native was attacked by 2 men on Wednesday in West Hollywood while walking Gaga's Frenchies. Video shows the men roll up in a sedan and accost Fisher before shooting him and grabbing the other 2 dogs. As Fisher wails in agony on the ground, Miss Asia runs to his side. Bystanders came to his aid. Gustav and Koji were returned unharmed on Friday after being found tied to a pole miles away. So a woman came with the 2 dogs and said, hey, I found them tied to a pole. I untied and here's your dogs. And it's understood that she got $500,000.
And then no one wants to have a conversation with her, right? Like
No questions asked.
But
Wow.
Miss Gaga doesn't have to ask any questions. It doesn't matter. the police might have it.
Right.
Just because you decided that you don't have any questions doesn't mean that I don't get put in a room and maybe someone asks me a couple questions. That's crazy.
Right.
You found these
Yeah.
dogs. Okay. It's not you. Where'd you find the dogs? So that we can start tracing from there. Somebody left them there. No,
Right.
we're not interested. Case closed. 500,000 dogs are back. The guy's living. Come on. Let's face it. Pool of blood. He's got a great story now. Let's get him on Risk. NPR. Come on.
He's gonna be
There's
dancing
gonna-
on Ellen.
Right. Dancing on Ellen. Right.
There's gonna be a movie about him, and it's just gonna be every Gaga fan will buy it. I'll
Yeah.
watch it.
Of course, it's going to be called How I Asked for Forgiveness from a Dog Right Before I Died.
Fisher
other-
I was just going to read. Fisher concluded with a message for Gaga. Your babies are back, and the family is whole. We did it. You have shown so much support throughout the whole crisis to both me and my family, but your support as a friend, despite your own traumatic loss from your kids, me and the dogs, was unwavering. I love you, and I thank you. Yeah, you don't come back without those fucking dogs. You kill yourself.
I was gonna say the other big winner in this situation is just owners of like ugly mutts, because French bulldogs, hot commodity. People are gonna commit crimes to get their hands on some French bulldogs, but no one's gonna stick you up if you have like a gross mutt with like a cloudy eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your dog is messed up, you're in the clear.
Yeah, you see some of these Louis Vuitton dogs, you know there's going to be trouble.
I know. I will never walk a good-looking dog again in my life. This is a warning.
3-leg maximum.
Yeah.
You ever have to fight off people when you were dog walking, Dylan?
I've never had to fight off. Actually, yes, I have. People who like want to pet the dog, but the notes on the dog say it's like not friendly, do not. So I'm like, no, he's not friendly. Or one time I walked a dog in the Hasidic neighborhood, and the owner was like, don't let the Hasidic children pet the dog, because I think it was like a thing about vaccinations. So I felt a little problematic, but I had to a bunch of children were crowding around me, and I was like, I'm sorry, you can't pet the dog, and the owner. So
You're like, no, I have to
party.
be xenophobic for someone else. It's not
exactly.
me.
I'm so sorry. I am Jewish myself, but I mean, this is what the owner told me. So
You have to wear the shirt that says Jews not allowed, but just for the dog, like you just have to
just
fit
for the
all
dog, like you can have a chat with me. I'm fine. Yeah.
I'm surprised that the little Orthodox kids are allowed near you or your dogs.
I was surprised that they were like willing to they really wanted to pet this dog. They were really flocking.
You know what I've never seen in the Hasidic neighborhood? Any pets with any of the Hasidic people. Have you guys ever seen that? Never
No.
seen that.
No, I've not seen that.
No.
And so when they see one, they're just like, "Oh my God, I've wanted a pet my whole life." And I think that's what it was. They were like, they were getting out their love for animals because they can't. I guess they can't own.
And Dylan's running away with the dog like, I'm sorry, I'm being picked on this year too.
I'm sorry, it's hard. You know, you got a bat, I got a bat too, honey. It's like, yeah.
I brought the fucking thing over here. They hate me
This is a
up.
no-win situation.
Exactly. Like, take this up with white people. I don't know.
It's funny you're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Did you see that there's another USA gymnastics coach that was accused of, all the disgusting stuff with underage kids? He killed himself. He knew Larry Nassar, the other guy. Is it odd to even want to get into that business in the first place? Can you be a normal person? Just asking. Can you be a normal person and be like, I am really passionate about teaching kids that aren't sure what they want to do out of life to focus on their weight and flipping, and it'll affect their period. But this is just such an important thing to teach kids how to jump over a fake horse.
I was
you
a
can be a normal
gymnast.
person. You are?
I was. Oh, you're about to be like, gymnasts are fucking freaks. No. I was a gymnast. And it is weird to want to teach someone those skills as a gymnast myself. It's crazy.
Right?
Well,
It just seems odd. That's your fucking passion, not to teach in general. I'm gonna teach little girls and leotards and all the. It's just weird, and I'm not
But
even
I
saying it
don't
has to be sexual when I say leotards, but it's just weird.
I don't know. It's not the same, but I went to a little girl dance class and it was just it's just one of the things that you do as a kid, unless you're an expert. And then but were you like in like crazy?
I was in pretty crazy. I was like wanting to I did it up until I was like 14. I wanted to like compete for college, but then the boys team, there was still little people that like shut down. But then I ended up like coaching gymnastics myself and doing like birthday parties just for summer money.
So what was weird about it?
The thing, I guess I was just piggybacking off of Keith, but so I guess I have nothing to stand on. But
Is this you taking off your mask because everybody else doesn't have a mask on?
I just want to be cool.
Okay.
And
I don't know. I
There's
do
a
think
difference between Dylan picking up some summer money and you're in charge of USA Gymnastics and the children. I don't. It's obviously more intense. You're following up
I
closer.
don't think so. You're hyper focused at your own thing. Like if Michael Phelps decided to be a teacher, he'd be teaching people who are mostly naked. I don't know that it's like if you're teaching actors and dancers, you're using your body as an instrument. I don't think you have to be a creep about it. There's a talent there. In fact, you are in charge of not being a creep about it. And if there's any creepiness, to make sure it's not there.
So here's what we do. We know that it's only some rotten apples, but at the same time, let's put both sexes coaching at once. Let's have a witness. It's so fucking worth it.
No, let's believe
So
the
worth
first
it.
kid who said something. Let's believe that we're paying attention when our children are coming home and they seem a little off, or when there's not like a diversity of teachers, switching off so that there's a little too much secrecy. Let's pay attention to the actual people who are talking to our kids like they're pieces of shit, like there's no other option in order to make them do a good flip. Like there's other stuff here.
I don't like it. I don't like it, Dylan.
Dylan, go ahead and not like it. Keith said he doesn't like it.
John Geddert has 24 sex abuse related felonies, and so it was announced on the news, and he shot himself, 63 years old.
And he did some really fucked up shit.
Yeah. The charges against Geddert included 14 counts of human trafficking for forced labor, 6 counts of human trafficking of a minor for forced labor, and 1 count each of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and criminal enterprise. I just have this question, so I have to ask it. How much alone time, are these kids spending? What do you mean selling humans? What? Right. There's always there's the class, then there's always these one-on-one things. I'm thinking more about the Nasser thing that I saw.
I don't fucking know.
Did you see that Athlete A on Netflix?
I kept hovering over it and was like, I'm going to do it. Today's the day. And I cannot do it. I can't. I know what I'm about to look at, and you're just going to tell me in detail. Ugh.
Right. You don't leave the documentary and go, good, now I know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. Like I watched the first episode of that Woody Allen documentary that's out, and I was like, I get it. I don't think I need to follow up with this. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, the one about Epstein, I watched the first 2 episodes. Yeah. There's still a description that for some reason this one stayed in my head. The one girl who she just met the 2 of them, and they had her sit, I don't know, I think it was on the bed, and they sat beside her and were talking while each of them was just touching one boob. And that is forever in my head. Yeah. And I'm like, after the second-ish episode, I'm like, I think I get it. I get the news. It's going to be that, and it's going to be more.
Well, I'm interested now to see the difference between the facts of the case involving like this gymnastics guy who killed himself and Jeffrey Epstein who killed himself. Like, I want to see where the difference is like. That's what made that whole thing interesting. It's like, I wonder if, 65 very powerful people from around the world also wanted this gymnastics guy dead. We'll see. Was he in a supermax prison where he?
Oh, I didn't think of that. No, wouldn't they want him to be brought to justice?
Yeah, I would think so, right? No, the people who were on the island. Like, we need to find out if this gymnastics guy had an island. That's going to be a big fact of the case.
Yeah.
You know, I think this gymnastic thing, like, let's say I was having a party and somebody's over and I'm like, oh, we're getting along. What do you do for a living, by the way? And he's like, gymnastics coach for girls. And I do, oh, that's too bad. I just heard that. You know, like if he said, oh, I'm going to be a priest, I'm going to be like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo. That's too bad. Like, I'm sure there's a good one of both. Probably, right?
Yeah.
There has to be.
And some priests are just drunks. Like, right. They're not creeps. They're just alcoholics.
My dad was a priest. And yeah. Oh, yeah. JP, come on now. And why wouldn't you just assume, first of all? Secondly,
was he, Keith? Now that we know a lot of things.
Right. One of my brothers asked, does the priest have to finish the wine? Like we see, like when they do communion, sometimes the church has real wine. And the priest like drinks whatever isn't taken by other people, or he just takes some for himself, period. And no, this is what it was. And my brother said, what if the priest is an alcoholic or doesn't drink? Can he still perform communion? And my dad said, no, it has to be real wine. It has to be. It just has to be.
That's where the magic is.
Yeah, that's him getting away with fun. You know what I mean? Like, I have to. And
what's funny is your dad doesn't drink, never really drank,
right?
Doesn't seem to have alcoholic tendencies, but he's like, no, this has to be wine.
Yeah.
I know best.
Thank goodness. Yeah. But I was an altar boy, and then they go back. That's right, JP. And then they go back and, back behind the scenes, and they finish off the wine. They always finish it off. And they pour it fast. Like they were just mowing the lawn in the hot summer, drinking water.
The priests do. I thought maybe the altar boys get to.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought you were saying.
He does it in front of us so that we ask, but, we never did. And so it never went the next step.
So he just chugs it backstage?
Yeah. Yep.
You guys didn't ask to have some?
No, but that would have led to, something else, I bet.
And then they go to priest brunch after they start day drinking at mass. Have a brunch.
But I need a bunch of pancakes. Chris D'Elia, who was accused of pedophilia by multiple women.
Here's some doozies of stories.
I mean, like, lighthearted episode today. I mean,
hey guys, is this pandemic making you depressed? Here's what these other guys are going through.
He came out recently, very recently, and put out an apology video, but
for his shitty comedy,
right? But not addressing any of the pedophilia, coercion, blackmail that people are upset with. So he does this way too long non-apology about, you know what, I was into my fame too much, and I was into sex too much, and it became a problem. And anytime I went to a city, without exaggeration, I'd get 50 emails about sex, and I'd hit them all up, and it's not good for them. It's not good for me. It's not good for my fiance, who it sounds like they're still together somehow. And it's like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes long. And I'm like, did you just try to trick me? What do I give a fuck? You're getting laid a lot. That's why I was offended. Keith Malley was bothered you were getting too much pussy. No, we're bothered by pedophilia and coercion and blackmail. You can't fucking trick me. So after he did, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, he does this stupid non-apology. Chris D'Elia is now facing a new lawsuit that accuses him of violating federal child pornography and child sexual exploitation laws. He's accused of soliciting more than 100 sexually explicit photos and videos from a woman identified as Jane Doe. Half of the photos and videos were taken when Doe was 17 years old, the suit alleges. I wonder if that has to do because he had to open his mouth again. Like, no, fuck you. Now I'm suing.
No, because they were checking the legal age of that city. Because here, I'm like, 17, she was an adult. Because here, 17 is adult.
I didn't watch the video, but I'm confused why he would go with that kind of distraction or defense tactic, whatever. Like, I was getting laid so much in all these other cities. Yeah. I think that hurts your case. Because it's like, I've got all these women who are interested in me, but you got to also get the 17-year-olds in the mix. You got to hit junior prom too.
Right. Like, well, there's I think it got as low as 14, the accusations anyway, not the people that went forward with a lawsuit. But, you'll see pictures of the girls, and you see like kid shit. behind them.
No.
You know, troll dolls. And you didn't know, Chris. It was worth taking a cab. You fucking liar.
Yeah. His video was basically like, I'm a fuck boy, but I'm getting better.
Yes.
It's like,
yeah.
It's so stupid. It's like
this is probably what NSYNC had to go through. And like, at the end of the day, that's hard.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like regular people in regular relationships are watching that video and going, good for you looking into yourself, because it's not good to want to keep fucking. Good for you. Realizing that's a problem. Oh, well. We're going to be on the Stereo app and tonight, as a matter of fact, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will be at Kyle's place. She's with a friend in Staten Island. So I'm watching her cat, the fish, the turtles. It's all zoo over there. So we're going to go through the drawers and stuff, maybe read a couple diaries. It's going to be a good time. So go to stereo.com/Keith Malley or stereo.com/Hemda. Hit subscribe on both of us. The app and everything is completely free. And you'll see whenever we do our upcoming shows. Again, the next one being Wednesday tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
And of course, we're not going to play anything that we do on the Stereo app on the regular show. So it is a live show, but it's not going to be in your feed. So stereo.com/Keith Malley or stereo.com/Hemda. Basically, it's a poll of who loves us best.
Well, also, let me mention this. Is this going to be, I don't know if this is going to be good news or bad news, but this is the JP McDade segment. We haven't talked about it yet. I was waiting for this day. What is the news with Tiger Woods?
His legs are fucked up, Keith.
God damn it. He needs that.
Story.
That's two of the three things he needs.
Yeah. We're not getting a ton of details because Tiger is like famously tight-lipped with the press. He's had a pretty adversarial relationship with them like his entire life.
Right. We still get to call him Tiger?
Yes.
Is that his birth name?
No, his birth name is Eldrick Taunt Woods, but he goes by Tiger. I think it's still like Eldrick on his birth certificate. He didn't change that, but he's always just gone by Tiger.
Like, did all these chicks he's fucking call him Tiger and he's stuck?
Absolutely, among other things, probably. But yeah, he. So first
of all, he's in his car.
Yeah,
that flips up. I'll put pictures at KeithandTheGirl.com, but that is torn up. They have to do the jaws
the car
of life,
looks
right?
Bad. Like the whole front end is mangled. Wheels are out of place. The exhaust is off of the thing. It apparently flipped over. He was driving in somewhere in LA, like near Riviera Country Club, because that's where the tournament had just been. But people in the area say like there's like a steep, sharp curve, and he might have lost control. We don't know what caused the accident yet.
I saw a headline that said he might have fallen asleep. Would somebody just be making that up?
Pure speculation.
Okay.
And that's based on like he had a DWI arrest a couple of years ago because he was on painkillers, and like he didn't know what side of the country he was on. There's video of that in the documentary. But apparently when the cops like cut him out of the car in this most recent crash, he was like alert. He knew where he was. It was a completely different set of circumstances. But he has like compound fractures in his leg, in his right leg. I think his other leg is broken as well. They put like a metal rod into his tibia to like stabilize it. So it's pretty fucked up. And he was already rehabbing a back injury when that happened.
Right. Is it subconscious because he seems to keep wanting to make things tough for himself so he can do another comeback? This guy had 17 comebacks. He's still the best in the world. Is he like, things are too easy now?
Greatest of all time, if you ask me. But there was another great golfer in like the 1949, Ben Hogan. Got in a serious car accident. He got hit head on by a truck, and then he came back. In 1953, he won 3 majors, and that was considered one of the greatest comebacks in sports. So I think Tiger's just trying to one up him. Right. He already had the one comeback. He's like, I can get hit by a car too.
Hey, Dylan, watch this. Ready? Don't you think like Jack Nicklaus might be the best golfer of all time, though?
Crawl through the screen and beat your ass, Keith.
I love him. Oh, I don't know what that is. My fucking favorite golfer of all time, bitch. Like, what? The way he swings that?
Damn, your analysis is so perfect, Dylan. I can't.
Someone put me
Jack
on
Nicklaus, who endorsed Trump 2020. That's besides the point. But Jack Nicklaus played against weaker fields. He didn't have a short game. He was not as good as Tiger. I could go on for hours about that, but I don't want to bore all your listeners.
Well, I follow.
No, save that. That's your, top notch first date material. You don't want to waste that.
I follow JP's Twitter account, and you could tell like JP's like nervous. His hero's gonna die, so he's just regurgitating facts of how great Tiger Woods was. Like,
that's one thing that my Twitter followers have to put up with from time to time is me just talking about golf.
It's the thing that makes you lose the followers, but the real ones stay.
Exactly. We make the core stronger by getting rid of the dead weight.
Yeah.
If Tiger plays he tweeted this, another 150 tournaments without winning a single one of them, he'll have a higher career win percentage than Jack Nicklaus, this piece of dog shit. And it's like, are you okay there, JP? We're all nervous. So is he under? Is he awake, Tiger, right now?
He's awake. He was watching the last tournament that was just played this last week, and a number of pros wore his signature red shirt, black pants on Sunday, like as a tribute to him. Very, very cute tribute. And he tweeted something like his appreciation for that. So,
they're just trying to take his place. They're like, I guess it's just a red shirt, black pants. Bring on the endorsement.
Yeah, finally we can do it.
Was Tiger abused by his dad when he was a kid?
It's hard to say because, his dad at least pushed him extremely hard, harder than most dads in sports will push their kids. But by the same token, Tiger was super enthusiastic about what he was doing, and he was competitive. His mom pushed him as well. I think it would be a pretty strong statement to say that like his dad abused him, but we don't know. That's private life stuff.
Does he get along with his dad? Is his dad
died in 2006, 2005. But they were tight. They described themselves as like best friends. And then when Tiger started to get super famous, they grew apart a little bit.
How come?
Just because like fame was taking him around the world. They weren't seeing each other as much.
I see. All right. Are we, how nervous are we about these legs?
I just hope he can like walk normally again. We'll take it from there. You can never count the guy out. Like the stuff that he's come back from already is pretty ridiculous. But it sounds like his legs are good and mangled. So hopefully
tibia, fibia, labia, everything's fucked up.
Yeah, labia, all that stuff. It's
jingling labia. Deep cut.
You know what? A listener wrote in about those dad emails, and they're still fantastic to revisit. Take a look at keithandthegirl.com/dad. I was just showing somebody the Adolf Hitler video that's there. keithandthegirl.com/Adolf, where they took. Do you remember the movie Downfall? And there's a meme going around some years ago of Adolf, defying, saying to his generals, "No, we're not giving up." Generals sweating, looking at each other like, "No, we're going to lose this war." And so people would substitute words in there, and it's my dad saying, "No, we can't give up. I think this still is. I think Keith's ex-wife wants to fuck me. No, it's really Keith. There's no way that's possible."
It's done so well.
It's so
all
good.
Of that is on keithandthegirl.com/dad, right?
Yeah. You have to see the Adolf thing. To see for whatever reason. To see the subtitles, you have to see it on a computer as opposed to your phone. I don't know why, but it's so good. keithandthegirl.com/Adolf. All right, we're going to be doing a show tonight on the Stereo app, stereo.com/Keith Malley or /Chemda. Be sure that you follow us on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Again, I'll be over at my girlfriend's place. We'll be checking out her perfumes, going through her drawers. I know she has a diary somewhere for sure. And that's going to be a good times for everybody. All right. So make sure you check that out and follow these gentlemen online. You'll be doing yourself the favor. JP McDade, JP_McDade. The Instagram is McDade baby.
Oh, I can fix the problem that you're having when you mention golf and you lose people, right? Okay.
Please.
Every time you mention golf, you have to show a video of you doing one of your golf trick things. And then it makes sense.
Oh, you're good at that, right? You can like bounce the ball at the other end of a club.
The little juggling thing. Yeah, nice. I can do that. So I'll synergize all my golf content into one like mass post a month, like one thing that just get it all out of my system.
Do a thread, and one of them might pop off, and you'll just like it'll be like, this is so talented, this golfing clown. You know?
How many can you do? How many ball bounces can you do?
Few hundred.
Few hundred.
How for a few minutes.
Holy shit! How many flips can you do, Dylan?
I can do a standing backflip. I used to be able to do a double backflip, but I can do a standing backflip.
Double backflip? Jesus.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you do one right now? I want to see if he keeps his headphones on.
I will not do it.
Are you scared every time you do it? Are you scared like I might break my neck, but man, this guy's hard.
I do it at gay clubs every time. No, I mean, I'm not scared every time I do it because I know I'm gonna at least make it I know I jump high enough, I'm gonna make it back on my feet, even if it's a little under or over.
Okay.
Now, if you guys are on dating apps, do each of you put that talent in a picture somehow, or, like your
I would.
golf clowning or the flipping?
No, because the best photos come from like comedy shows. I just use the professional comedy photos in there.
On my dating app, I used to have a pic of me upside down in a backflip, so it's kind of like a nice little ass shot. But I'm just kind of trying to cover all the bases. It's like I can go upside down, and so that was something I used to have on Tinder when I had it.
All right, that was close.
Yeah, I absolutely would. I photoshopped their two pictures together, and I'm doing a backflip and golfing. Dylan Adler on Instagram is Dylan Adler 6, the number 6. That's on Twitter. Shut, Dylan, please. Don't embarrass me. Remember when we were pals and you would say anything I said?
I would, and then Hamda help convince me. It's like, you don't have to. So that's the journey I'm on.
The Twitter is Dylan Adler 6. The Instagram is Dylan Adler _. And I like the underscore. It gives you time to think. Make sure you want to be there.
Exactly. And like 5 teenagers took the Dylan Adler already. So it's like the underscore is like.
Son of a gun. I hear you. Wow, it's worth it. It's worth that extra character. Every time I'm there,
Yeah.
I never regret it. I don't think that was a waste of my time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, thank you very much. Join us tonight. We'll talk to you soon.